Amen. So we're just kind of tracing things, right? And so that you had that happening in 1900. And so you also have 1900, this young man, and they like to call him Georgia Tom. I like to call him that too because I'm from Georgia. And does anybody know who Georgia Tom is? No? He is the person who is credited with starting gospel music. His name is Thomas Dorsey. Right? Oh. So you have Georgia Tom. Georgia Tom did not start off doing gospel music. In fact, he did his earliest beginnings. His father was a preacher, and his mother was a singer. His mother was a musician. And so he started playing. But he got influenced by the blues movement the other day. He began to play for people like Bessie Smith. And so at the age of 21, Georgia Tom, he had a mental breakdown. And his mother begged him. She said, you have to stop with all this devil's music. And you have to live your life for God. Well, like most young people, he did not listen, right? He went on, he did it for a little while. He created this song. And I love to share the story with my students because he created the song that when he created it, it was one of the most risque songs of that time. Like, if you could think of a Madonna song, or if I have any young people, a Cardi B song, that's the kind of song that he wrote. And that became a big hit of the time. And so think about that. Somebody who's writing music like that, all of a sudden is saying, I can do this no longer. Now I have to write for God. And so, of course, what happens in the church? We don't want your devil's music over here, right? So everybody rejected him. They started saying stuff like, this is not church music. This is not the kind of stuff we do here. And later in his life, he penned a beautiful song. And he had lost his family. And the Lord spoke to his heart. He said, precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on and let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me on. That's Georgia Tom. Amen. So Georgia Tom by then had moved from Georgia and he was in Chicago. And Chicago is where you would say this was the place where they just brewed gospel singers, right? And so many amazing gospel singers have come from Chicago. And they're in the 1947 or so, that era, there was this girl group called Caravan.